Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. Totally not a third attempt to start this thing. Last time, stuff happened, and we skipped a week because, don't remember what happened. Was one of our faults, I'm sure. Anyway, are here to continue the adventure, and as usual, let's have the adventurers introduce themselves and their characters. I've rolled some dice in the background to see the order in which they should do that. Dice say that we ought to start with Dely. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Absolutely. Hello everyone, I'm Dely, and as usual I'm playing as Muninn. They're a traveling scholar from Brightland, currently wrestling with probably one of the biggest decisions of their lives, and at the moment in awe of what they are seeing, which I guess will be described later on, I think.
Yep, soon enough. Indeed, thank you very, very much, Dely. Next, of course, we would have Show&Tell. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel, who's right now going to face, I guess, his most Prince Charming mission yet. Baby.
The mission of wait around, pretty much.
Yeah, it's important though.
Obviously, I'm not saying all there is to it, obviously. Anyway, thank you very, very much, Show&Tell, and very, very truthful description. Next, then, of course, we would have Illona, or not Illona, Ashen. Ashen, you're up. You're on deck. Could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, I'm Ash, and I'm playing as Illona. Not so much cat anymore, but happy to see Miko, I guess, so yay.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Thank you very, very much, Ashen. He wasn't very happy to see you. He thought, okay, is she gonna try to kill me again? You know how it goes. Anyway, thank you very much, Ashen. So, last time, as Ashen briefly mentioned, Miku showed up briefly. If for anyone unaware, they're a character that has been kind of a secondary character for the campaign for quite a very, very long while now. Anyway, he showed up carrying 4 letters for everyone. 3 were addressed to each of you individually from a priest that you met a while back named Vasile, and another one was from his daughter Maria, addressed to Anghel. To give a brief TLDR of each letter, Maria's letter to Anghel was nice, slightly flirtatious, if you want to call it that. She basically said that, hey, I'd like to go and meet you on your adventure, but Father said my life will be in danger if I go, but he also said that I will be of great help if I do go. And she basically asked, what should I do? She asked Anghel. Next, Vasile's letter to Anghel, TLDR was, get rid of Prince Charming, but you do you'll do good whatever you do. We don't know entirely the contents of the letters that Muninn and Illona received, probably because they haven't revealed them to Anghel and the general audience. Just that Muninn's letter very much angered them, and was basically, Muninn said that the letter basically was trying to cajole them into becoming a monk. The DM, said in the post-episode discussion that wasn't really the intent of the letter, more like trying to assuage Muninn's worries about the fact, but if that's how Muninn took it, that's perfectly fine as well. And we know pretty much nothing about the letter that Illona received, because she and Muninn have not said much about it, other than the fact that it called Muninn an unwise ostrich, or unwise as an ostrich, rather. Anyway, other than that, Miku was revealed to be apprenticing other than Father Vasile to become the next priest after him. Technically, the next priest should be Maria's future husband, but Vasile said, oh yeah, her future husband will not be a priest, whatever that means. Then you all forwarded replies of Angel's reply for Maria was basically, do what you think is right. Angel's reply to Vasile was a brief thank you, and Illona's reply to Vasile was please learn how to write, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. Then, after Miku left and you gave the replies, you returned to Ophelia. You informed her that the Rimlen have basically accepted her request to stalk out the roads and wait for that one messenger. And Ophelia basically asked some questions of like, how can you guarantee that? And asked Muninn about the god of knowledge that they said they're serving. Quote from Muninn that I am his, meaning Arcesius, his vessel to be taught. And based on a certain role that Muninn did, Muninn sort of inferred that she knows more than she lets on, and rather her line of questioning was sort of trying to find out what Muninn knows themselves. Anyway, after that, you ready to leave, finally, to go back on the road. On the road, you briefly saw the one ogre that Anghel punished. What would be the right word? I say punished because he was acting like a disciplined child. But anyway, you saw him in the distance, crying, rebuilding the village that he destroyed, looking very much like a disciplined child. Muninn and Illona had no idea what on earth was going on, and Anghel did not tell them, so they moved on, much to Anghel's chagrin. Then, as you continued on the road, Illona spotted, at this point we would be on the current map and on the current sort of positions that the viewers see on screen. Illona spotted that in the village up north, the village of Bazo, there's a very, very loud argument going on. Anghel basically said that he will go alone so as to not detract from the overall journey to solve it. Always first they offered, hey, want me to drain the river to allow you to pass over there, and Anghel refused because that would like destroy the agriculture of thousands of people, so Illona then saw what she basically described, and again Ashen was not there to say this, so I sort of paraphrased it. Illona saw almost like a moving black carpet on the bridge from a distance. And as you came closer, you saw a very, very large swarm of ants on this village. Not on this village, on this bridge. And as we sort of capped off the session with everyone flabbergasted, Anghel rolled a clever 2 because something seemed familiar from the tale of Prince Charming. And Anghel realized, oh yeah, this is, of course, what else could it be? A wedding. And in the tale of Prince Charming, as in quote-unquote real life, the wedding happens to be in a very, very inconvenient place, also a bridge. But Prince Charming basically allowed the wedding to happen, waited for it to finish, did not intrude upon it, did not step on any of the ants, and for that, he was given a reward. And we sort of ended the session with me quipping good luck in convincing Ophelia to wait around for an entire wedding. Anyway, that's more or less where we rejoin everyone as I also go to turn on the background music. So I guess as our usual sort of warm-up, I would ask what's up with everyone. Or would anyone like to share what's going on with them? What are they thinking? And if so, anyone you would like me to appoint to go first and all that? I made a comparison before, but basically like I were a school teacher.
Yeah. I would like to go first. But to be honest, I feel like as long as you've watched the previous episodes and everything, like you'd probably know how Muninn feels. Like it's kind of nervous, and also what I said earlier, like nervous to make the biggest decision of their life, but also watching this wedding of ants. Like what? Like that's kind of weird.
To be fair, only Anghel has correctly identified it as a wedding so far.
Okay. Yeah.
To Muninn and Illona's untrained eyes, it just seems like a massive swarm of ants.
Okay. In which case, maybe Muninn's not confused, but just grossed out by these ants, and probably getting ready to maybe step on them. I guess maybe like because especially if they're in the way, like gross insects, like kill them.
Fair enough. Who would like to go next?
I feel like Illona has a similar reaction to the ants, at least. She's like slightly disgusted, but also like, why are there so many ants? Is there like a dead body somewhere? Why? What's attracting them?
And Anghel, I guess he just came to realize like what these ants are doing, and I guess he's thinking about what to do about that, or how to make Ophelia stop or something. I don't know.
Would you like to know what Prince Charming thinks of the ants?
Sure.
Obviously, Prince Charming would never dream of disrupting the wedding, obviously. But he also thinks, yeah, it's a wedding. Like, weddings usually involve, like, whenever there was a wedding in Anghel's home village, everyone in the village was invited. So Prince Charming feels like joining in on the fun.
I want to see that.
Dancing? What do you do at a wedding?
Dance, eat and drink around, yeah. Socialize.
Do they have food though? Socialize.
Give me a careful to see if they have food. Yeah, they have food that they're passing around, and not just that, they have like, it's a very bizarre sight indeed, but they seem to have probably stolen a bunch of human instruments that they're in their thousands trying to play at a time.
Like big instruments?
Yeah, like humans.
Oh.
Yeah, for humans. Meant for humans.
Okay. Damn. Is
That's
it working for them? Is there music?
I guess I'll roll a generic flashy to see if it is working for them or not. It's recognizable as music, but there's obviously some errors or like here and there.
Okay. I mean, that's better than expected.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
I guess Anghel kind of... Where's Ophelia and her carriage?
Stopped in the middle of the road staring at what the fuck is going on. Technically, I guess only the carriage driver has stopped. You'd hear Ophelia's voice from inside. Why have you stopped? And you hear like the door opening to the carriage, so yeah, she can see.
Okay, Anghel goes to stand in front of the carriage. In between.
Anghel does that. Do Muninn and Illona react?
I feel like Muninn would definitely be confused. Like Anghel, like what are you doing? It's just a swarm of ants. Like, in my head, I'm like, are you really that like? Do you want to save everyone, including ants? Like maybe Muninn would say, I can't RP it, but Muninn would say something like that. Like, do you really have to save everyone, including ants?
Anghel crosses his arms and kind of... That's so stupid. Kind of stands in the middle of the road, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Like...
Fair enough.
I can't, I'm so embarrassed.
You're Show&Tell, you're not Anghel, don't worry.
I know, I'm embarrassed for him, but okay.
Fair enough, fair enough. Anything from Illona, or shall I move on with the quote-unquote scene?
I feel like Illona's just like curious to see where it goes. Like, what's gonna happen?
First person to leave the carriage would be Rebob, who sees Anghel standing there, frowns in confusion, then sees the swarm of ants in the background and looks even more confused, and slowly gets out of the carriage and says, I think you need to see this to believe it, milady. And Ophelia exhales in frustration and leaves the carriage, sees the spectacle going on and is stunned. And then she sees Anghel standing there defiantly and asks, "What's this?"
Anghel signs it's a wedding. Obviously.
Above board, would you like always firstly to translate, or are you relying on someone else for this particular moment?
Oh yeah, he can totally translate. Is he? Did they walk with him to where he is? Where are they?
If you wanted to, if you want them to, yeah.
I didn't think about them. I don't know.
I feel like they would, but if you Anghel would not
Okay,
want them
sure.
to, okay. Then always firstly says that, and she says, "Oh, what now?" A wedding. Did I misspeak? Says always firstly.
Anghel nods.
She turns to Muninn and Illona and asks, "What's this?"
I have Anghel. Good question. What is this?
It's a wedding.
Always firstly repeats it.
I think Ophelia. I apologize. I believe Anghel may be tired from the journey. He's
Clearly.
lost his senses.
Anghel gestures at the. What is it? A violin? What do they have there?
A lute rather,
A lute. Okay. Then he gestures at it.
and the music.
Can't you hear?
Yeah. And the music
Yeah.
emanating from it, and yeah, I guess now everyone's attention would be on that. Ophelia just stares, stunned, and says, "Well, whatever. Let's get back on the road."
We can't cross though.
What do you mean?
The ants are there.
And this is the only bridge for over this river for miles. We'd have to waste entire days going around to cross the next bridge over. Need I remind you that we're on a bit of a schedule here?
Anghel, I know this. Can Muninn like sort of? Wait one sec. There's a motorbike.
I'm wondering if I was going to say that Anghel would ask them how long it's gonna take, but I don't think you can speak to ants.
Always firstly can, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Well, as in he can repeat out loud what Anghel gesticulates.
Oh, yeah, but do the ants? Okay, we can try.
that's what you meant. That's what you meant.
I mean, how did Prince Charming communicate with the ants?
Well, give me, I guess, a careful to recall the details of the story.
Okay.
Normal speech. He talked to them,
All
they
right.
talk back.
Okay. Then Anghel turns to them and he asks, It's so weird. I feel like I just completely lost it. What do you say at a wedding? Congratulations? What is? I don't know.
The traditional expression be, may you have a house of stone, because stone is solid. But congratulations.
For instance?
I mean, they have dwellings too, I guess.
Stone? Okay.
Super ants.
Whatever. Anghel says whatever is expected. I don't know. And then he says,
To the ants, I
don't know.
imagine.
yeah. I don't know. Is it very rude to just say, how long is this going to take?
You determine that. Hypothetically, you have to go down a road and there's a big wedding blocking your path. Would it be rude to ask them, hey, how long is this gonna take?
Oh God. Uh. um. Maybe you can convey that, there's someone who wants to cross who's very impatient. And he doesn't want any harm to come to the ants.
You
Got this
may
entire scenario.
you may convey that, of course. Well, actually, let's, I guess, take this one step at a time. So, Anghel, with, I imagine, always thirsty and the horse in tow, approaches the, gathering of ants, and voices out loud his congratulations, which always thirsty repeats. Do you want to wait for the ant's reply, or shall you continue your sentence, so to say?
No, he waits.
Yeah, you hear a voice in the swarm say out loud, thank you very much, but it's just a small, well, two small voices drowned out by the multitudes, and you see a group of ants come at your feet carrying a pitcher of what you presume to be wine for you.
Oh, wow.
Anghel, I guess, takes it. He says thank you.
Join us, say the ants.
The
group that brought you the drink.
Yeah. Anghel says, I would love to. I can't. I would love to, but we have a problem.
The ants listen attentively. Oh, we have more than enough drink for you and your friends as well. The music is fine, the food is plentiful.
Yes, but your wedding is on the only bridge around, and we need to cross.
Well, where else are we to hold it?
Yeah.
Can everyone hear these ants, by the way?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
If they're near Anghel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think of the NPCs, probably only Rebob would join you for a closer look. So Ophelia and Hakim and Julius don't hear you, and the carriage driver, I guess, but they're a non-entity, really.
Okay.
Okay.
What is Rebob's expression?
Confusion.
Okay. So Anghel said, okay. I'm thinking this is not going to work.
And I think he's mostly confused by the fact that, not necessarily by what's going on, but by Angel's sort of blasé reaction to it.
I should be used to it by now. Anyway. So Anghel says, what if you let us pass and then you continue the wedding? Ugh, it's not gonna work. There's someone very impatient who's going to cross, and I don't want anything, I don't want your wedding to be ruined.
Sorry, I just realized I forgot to refresh Muninn's fate points. They will say, well, I'm sorry, but this wedding was scheduled months in advance. It's a very, very important wedding to unite our two kingdoms.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to join. This very important person is as well. We have good music, fine food, everything the heart would want.
It's so
Anghel
funny.
turns around and says, "We'll have to wait."
No, we don't, says Rebob. Right? Turns to Muninn and Illona.
Right. I mean, Anghel, these are just ants.
We can't kill them on their wedding.
This is so funny.
They're uniting their kingdoms.
Small groups of ants come out to bring alcohol to Rebob, Muninn, and Illona, and always thirsty.
Oh no, Rebub doesn't drink. Don't do it.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he's got enough tact not to like throw it in their faces or whatever. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
He has enough tact with the ants. Cool.
I guess Muninn would accept the.
He has enough tact not to throw it in their faces, but not to step on them
Yeah,
during a wedding.
of course.
They are ants. What can I say?
I just had a thought. Like, aren't ants? How do I put it? So during an eclipse, cows will lie down because they think it's nighttime and they'll try and go to sleep. I'm wondering if ants do that too.
What are you gonna do? Turn off the sun?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, Cassius is the god of the sun.
Oh. That's actually... I didn't even think about that. That's actually really clever.
Wait, you did not think about that?
No, about asking Cassius to turn off the sun. I didn't think about that. But I just thought about that anyway. And I'm Googling it
Well,
to see if it's true. Because I'm pretty sure...
I mean, do ants sleep at night?
I don't know.
above board, I think it's a clever enough idea. I personally did not think of it. That even if like realistically ants don't care about sunlight, I'm willing to grant it in game because I think it's clever.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Okay. In which case, I feel like there should be I feel like there should be more foreplay for this, if you know what I'm saying. But I guess Muninn would ask in their head, like, Cassius, can you hear me?
Give me a flashy. It will not be a difficult roll.
Okay. There we are. Oh!
No,
it's not that easy, nevertheless.
Okay. Could I, what am I saying? Can I...
The difficulty I had in mind was 1.
Oh my god. Could I use a fate point to reroll?
Of course.
The aspect that I'm invoking is... I mean, I guess Seeker of Knowledge, right? Because I'm trying to speak to Cassius, and he's the god of knowledge.
Yeah, I guess that works. And you are seeking him out, yeah?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true.
So you're using your fate point to reroll?
Yes, please.
Give me a reroll.
Hey, that's better.
Much better.
That's what I like to see.
So your question was, are you there, Cassius? Right?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Sort of thing.
He replies, "Always, child."
Muninn would like feel like if Muninn would like be relieved, and then they would ask, or they would feel relieved, and Cassius, they would ask Cassius, my lord Cassius, we've run into a bit of a roadblock. I don't know if you can see.
I have never heard of a wedding being termed a roadblock.
I suppose you're right, but I've never. At the same time, I've never seen a wedding hosted by ants before.
I will agree that this culture can be strange.
Yes. Cassius, I speak to you because I ask of you a favor. I don't suppose you could I don't suppose you could start the ants' wedding night a little bit early. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I am not the patron of love and sexuality, child.
What I mean is, so Muninn would explain. Some animals go to bed as soon as it's nighttime. Is there any way that you can cause an eclipse or like blot out the sun in any way? To maybe, sorry.
In hindsight, I would have rather you finished your sentence, but I guess Akesi will say what he has to say anyway. He will say, that is a very clever approach, child, and I will admit I did not envision. You have, for once, outdone me. I hope that there will be many more times when that happens as well.
Thank you. So can it be done?
Can it? Of course. Will it? Magic is not free, child. That was one of the first lessons that I taught you.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking we would have to have a sacrifice. Make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And be careful about what we sacrifice this time.
Yeah, true.
He likes wolves and hawks. We've established this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna have to go out and find something while you guys distract the ants, maybe. As in Muninn. Like I'm saying this, not Muninn.
Maybe distract Ophelia, not necessarily the ants.
Well, that's yeah. I guess Muninn would nod in their head, I guess, or like make some sort of mental like acknowledgement. And Muninn would say like, "Oh, one moment," like as in like, "I will be with you in a moment." And then Muninn would like sign to Anghel saying like, "Keep Ophelia busy. I have an idea." And then how would Muninn like? Because Muninn can't just walk away, surely.
Can
Why
they?
not?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they can. I just thought for a minute, like, oh, if Muninn walks away, Ophelia's going to be like, where the hell are you going?
Oh.
Did you not think of that either?
No, I misinterpreted what you were saying.
Oh, okay, I see. I guess Muninn would walk or like Muninn would say and keep Ophelia busy. Like, I've got an idea, and then Muninn would like try to walk away casually.
Rebob's right there, so he'll notice first. Where are you going?
And
I guess he'd be in earshot of Ophelia and Hakim and company. So you don't have to repeat your answer, is what I'm saying.
Okay. In that case, Muninn would say, I just thought of a way to deal with this situation without killing these ants.
Why do you care about ants?
I don't.
All right.
But
then let's get a move on. I think Ophelia would say, because she's more heartless.
Yeah. Muninn would say I don't, but Muninn would lie. Can I use my stunt to lie, maybe?
What would be the lie?
Muninn would say, I don't care about these ants, but I just spoke to my god, and my god said that if we kill these ants, it will be like a bad omen, like we'll get like insta bad luck that will be really bad. Obviously not worded like that, but like
And that works on Anghel and Illona too, if they hear it.
I guess. Muninn's
guess
choice.
so.
Dely's choice.
Cool, I don't mind that.
Technically, like, yes, but I mean, I guess it's up to you guys. Like, if you guys would prefer not to, then that's okay, because obviously it's like a player thing.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just to, because I didn't really word it very well, I guess. Just to like rephrase what I've said. Like, Muninn would lie and say, "I've just spoken to Akesius, and if we kill these ants, we will have such bad luck that we would probably die or something." But obviously, Muninn wouldn't say it like that.
Okay. Ophelia knows what you mean. Hakim and Rebob do not. And Rebob says, "What do you mean you've spoken to your god?" That's a very big statement, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with Rebob. I didn't even consider that.
He has to believe you because of your stunt, but that just poses more questions from him.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know how to answer that question really without like being confrontational towards Rebob in some way. I guess like Muninn would say,
if you want, because maybe she'll notice your hesitation. Of course, feel free to say what you mean to say, but if you want, Ophelia can intervene.
yeah, I don't. I feel like Ophelia would have a better, would be better at getting me out of this hole.
Or maybe she'll get you in a deeper hole. She'll ask my question first, dear Rebob. Muninn, what you say? What is the nature of this curse, and what do you intend to do?
The nature of this curse, is these ants are very special and powerful beings. So if we killed them, it would be like, killing. It would be worse than killing like a 1,000 innocent people, and that would be surely punishable. So I will make arrangements to convince the ants to move without their knowledge of our what's the word? Like when you intervene, I guess. But the intervention.
She is bewildered, justifiably, and turns to, I guess, Illona and says, "What do you think?"
I think, you just like smile and shrug, like, I have no idea what's going on right now. Just like, just happy to be here, I guess. Just like, what the fuck?
By the way, did Illona accept the offering of wine that the ants gave her?
Sure, yeah.
Fair enough. And so Ophelia shrugs and turns to Muninn and says, "Half an hour. We can't wait much. We can't wait much longer."
Of course. I will be back as before you know I was gone. and then Muninn would like awkwardly shuffle away, and
Rebob would say,
then,
"Wait, what do you mean by your god?" And Ophelia would say, "Rebob, let's leave that question for later. Dear Muninn here is on a timetable, aren't they?"
Yes, I will be back shortly.
Fear for the rescue.
That's right. I don't know what made me think of that. I think I was like thinking about an ant's like wedding night, and then I thought, night. Which is why I try to incorporate it into the RP earlier.
Nice.
It's a clever move. One obviously I did not think of, but funnily enough, it fits well enough with the content, with the like context of what's going on.
Hell yeah! I'm glad you guys like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good one, Dely. So, what does Muninn do? And actually everyone else for that matter.
If Anghel believes the lie, then he just stands there to make sure that they don't cross. I guess he sips from the wine.
It's good wine.
Yeah.
Feel free to give me, I guess, a clever.
Me? Angel?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay. No further information.
Damn it.
It's good wine. That's all I'll say. And what does Illona do?
I think she just like hangs out with the ants and drinks the wine. Just like, what? Yeah, am I tripping? What's happening?
Yeah. The ants would continue to offer everyone around like food and drink, and it's an overall party going on. So what does Muninn do?
Okay, so Muninn is probably going to be looking around for the closest, because wolves usually live in forests, right? Or among trees and shit.
Sure.
So sorry, go on.
I said sure. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. I guess Muninn would just, in general, look around for where the closest place would be for them to find a wolf in the first place.
Give me a careful.
Okay. Can I use my eyes to do that?
That's
my extra good eyes.
I'm trying to remember the wording on your stunt. Oh, screw it, I'll just look. That's definitely, yeah.
Okay. So I get 5.
Yeah, you this isn't the first time you've like hunted for a wolf to offer up to Cassius, and you've kind of picked up how to look, and as you make your way into the forest, I'll just like casually move your token with a 5. Yeah, you spot some droppings nearby, and you have picked up the trail.
Okay, fantastic. So in that case, I would like to follow this trail. As, to be honest, probably not very... I was going to say as quietly as possible. But to be honest, Muninn probably wouldn't be very... Maybe carefully, but not quietly, if that makes sense.
What does carefully mean?
So like...
So as in you won't be caught off guard by the wolf?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, give me a careful then.
Okay.
This is for not... Okay, it will be a 4 because of the stunt. This is not if you track the wolf down. This is if it catches you by surprise or not. Okay.
Okay, epic.
And on that note, the wolf got a 2. So you you find it basically as you hear a growl and you turn to see it, sort of like in that like one pose that wolves do where they like arch their back to like warn you off.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I guess Muninn would like Jurassic World, where they would like lower themselves to the ground a little bit, and they would like whoa, like shh, like it's okay. And they were trying to make themselves look like as unthreatening as possible. To like walk closer to the wolf.
Sure. We will, I guess, now enter initiative order. You have a quick of 3, so you go first. The wolf has a quick of 2. What do you do?
Could I...
in terms of game mechanics, I mean.
Yeah, could I do what I just did, but in game mechanic terms? So maybe make that as an advantage to...
Sure.
Because what Muninn's trying to catch the wolf extra off guard, if that makes sense.
Sounds like an attempt at a sneaky advantage. Sneaky or careful, I guess.
Okay. To be fair, my sneaky is the same as my... I'll just do sneaky, actually. I didn't realize my sneaky was the same.
A 2. I guess I'll roll the wolf's careful, and that'll be the difficulty that you have to beat. A 3 that would be the difficulty, so you don't gain your advantage.
Okay.
Okay. The wolf... it's summer, so I guess it wouldn't be in a pack necessarily. Nevertheless, I guess I'll roll just a d20 to see if it has a pack nearby or not. That's not looking good for you, Muninn.
So there's 6 of them, I imagine, or
No, it's the higher the number, the better for you. So that's a pretty bad number.
okay.
It spends its turn trying to create an advantage to call its packmates for aid, and it definitely gets it.
Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Starting next turn.
How far away is Muninn?
Um,
Can we like see if anything's happening?
Muninn,
Or here?
Muninn went walking like into the forest, sort of continuously for like 5 to 10 minutes ish. So I don't think you would hear or see them.
Okay.
Unless they like specifically make noise and all that.
Yeah.
So, Deli, the wolf singular will become a wolf pack in, let's say, 2 turns.
Oh, 2 turns. Okay, that's a. I mean, that seems like a lot of time. Okay.
Basically, you get to do 2 things until they show up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And speaking of, it is your turn.
Okay. Could I? So, seeing this happen, could I? This isn't me. By the way, this isn't me. Jesus, I can't think of words today, but you know when you give up. Yeah, this isn't me giving up. Right? But Muninn would like feign fear, basically, and turn and run away as fast as they can to try and get the wolf to run after them, to run after Muninn.
And in terms of game mechanics, what is this?
I guess this is trying to get an advantage.
Okay.
Give
me a quick then, please. Quick or flashy, I guess.
Okay, definitely quick.
I'll roll the wolf's quick to see the difficulty that you have to beat, okay?
Okay.
2. So you do beat it, so you do gain your advantage. What's it called?
Away from the pack, maybe. Like, Muninn's trying to get the wolf as far from the pack as possible, even if in-game it doesn't really do anything.
Never say never, I guess. Sure. The wolf, singular for the moment, on its turn, it's like hunter and prey instincts activate, and it chases after you and attempts to basically bite you down. How do you defend yourself?
I guess if Muninn would probably try and dodge out the way of the bite. Muninn would try and do that.
Give me a quick.
Okay. Oh.
Tie means it gains an advantage. I'll give it the advantage. Apex Predator, I guess, even though it technically isn't.
Okay.
Your turn. This is your last turn before the singular wolf turns into a pack.
Okay. Could I excuse me, could I use the Raven, the stunt, so I have a stunt called the Raven. Could I use that to quickly turn around? So my attack would be, I don't know if you I've never used this before, so I don't really know how it works. For the audience's sake, I guess, I have a stunt where Muninn can strike through an enemy's defenses with an attack. So if you need for the attack, I suppose Muninn would like quickly turn around, grab one of their daggers from the hilt, and then like try and jab the wolf with it.
Because it's your stunt, the wolf will not roll to defend. Now, obviously, if your quick attack rolls a -1, you're not going to kill the wolf. But let's see what happens. That it is a quick attack, I guess I would say.
And because I love my stunts, because I'm attacking my dagger, could I get a +2?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I lost quick there for a minute. Okay, so a 5.
Yeah, no further questions asked. You dispatch the wolf in whichever manner you deem best. For now, we are out of combat, but you hear the other wolves howling nearby, closing in. You have like a small avenue if you wish to escape.
Okay, awesome. Muninn would probably look if someone was looking. Muninn would be like surprised that they killed the wolf so quick. And they would like quickly like pick it up, hurl it over their shoulder, and like try and like get away from the area, if you know what I mean.
Give me a quick. I'll roll to oppose to see if you manage to do so. Okay.
Okay. Oh, not good.
Tie. Tie. This is an overcome roll. Tie and an overcome means succeed or fail. Succeed at a negative cost or fail.
Okay. I don't mind succeeding at negative cost, but before I do that, would I be able to use Away from the Pack to get +2?
Yeah.
Or is...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. In that case, could I do that?
I'll just use a charge of wolf pack to tie it back up.
Okay.
That kind of, funnily enough. Well, can I use it? Because the wolf is dead. The wolf that created the advantage. Yeah, I guess I technically can't. Sure. So, yeah, because the wolf that created the advantage is dead, so he no longer exists. So that, yeah.
I guess in
Sure.
in your favor, like the wolves that are coming technically could.
If they were to like join the combat, I was gonna treat them as the same entity, in terms of game mechanics. But it was just the one wolf created the advantage, not the entire pack. So, yeah, past tense. You may use it. So with a free 201. Well, do I want to spend a fate point? I guess I should.
Okay.
That is my one fate point for the scene, though. So we're back to a tie.
Okay. In that case, I would like to succeed at a negative cost.
Fuck. Because I need to think about the negative cost.
I've obviously I've got something in mind, but I don't want to like.
Oh, share of the class if you'd like.
Okay.
I will determine it, obviously, but yeah.
Okay. I was worried picking up the wolf, like earlier. I mean, I was worried picking up the wolf if I failed or something. Like maybe I had to do a strength test, and if I failed, I would have sprained like my back or my ankle or something. So maybe Muninn, while they're running with such a heavy load, they maybe sprain their ankle and then they have like I don't know, it's up to you though, obviously.
It's a good suggestion. The ones I had in mind were more apocalyptic sounding.
Oh shit. I'd like to hear yours.
It would probably have been something like the dragon shows up sooner or whatever. But that's... But that would be perhaps too much for just this instance. Because it's not... Yeah. Do I have something better in mind than spraining your ankle? No. Actually, I do. You don't sprain your ankle. But what happens is, since you're so focused on running back to your group, obviously you will escape the wolves. But because you will escape the wolves perhaps later than you would hope, meaning by the time you escape, you also rejoin the rest of the group, meaning you probably have to perform your sacrifice thing in front of everybody, including people who might not agree with it.
Oh shit. That is a negative consequence. Okay. Okay, I guess. I guess in that case, like, so obviously everyone knows that I'm back, right?
Yeah, so I guess to briefly describe the scene, you're just running, Muninn, running for your life, basically, justifiably, and eventually you like stumble out of the woods into the clearing where everyone else is, and maybe you think, oh, I've got to shout a warning that wolves are coming, but as you like turn to like your attention back to your pursuers, you find that you have outpaced them, or they've got stuck or something, or for whatever reason you have outrun them. So now, yeah, you rejoin everyone else with this very flustered expression, obviously.
Okay. I guess Muninn would like be very out of breath. Like they would, if someone was in earshot, which obviously everyone is, like they would be known because they would be like breathing very heavily, and they would like probably plop down. They would plop down this like body of the dead wolf onto the ground, which probably would make a noise, right?
Yeah, well, your very arrival has created noise.
Sure, exactly. I guess if Anghel is looking, like maybe Muninn would attempt to silence, say like, "Oh, don't let anyone see what I'm about to do." But obviously, because of the negative consequence, like
Illona's also there.
that's true. But then Muninn's like trying to do it covertly with
Oh,
signs.
so he's saying, okay. Don't let anyone see.
Keep distracting. Like Muninn would like, and then Muninn would point to Illona, like, "You two keep distracting." You know.
What were we doing?
I guess that's a good
Anghel
question.
was just standing there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, up to you guys. I was assuming the last thing you told us was what you were doing, which was for Anghel standing there occasionally sipping the wine, and for Illona
Yeah.
just staring at the confusion going on, also sipping her wine. For now, at least, obviously, Muninn's return is apparent to everyone. Maybe Rebob would say, we don't eat that," indicating the wolf, misinterpreting what Muninn brought it back for.
Yeah.
Oh no. We don't. I guess Muninn would say. Could Muninn? Oh, I don't know. It's. I don't know what Muninn would reply to that without being like. This isn't. Muninn would say, "This isn't for you." Maybe Muninn would say to Rebob like, "Oh, this isn't for you." So don't worry about it.
He would misinterpret your meaning and have like a disgusted look and say, "Really?"
Yeah, and then Muninn would like nod, I guess.
Ugh.
Like this. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Muninn would say.
Anghel
Very
signs, "You're sacrificing to Acacius?"
Muninn would nod, and then maybe they would like get started in skinning the wolf with their knife. Actually, yeah. So
You're planning to learn from your past mistakes above board.
yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think you need to sacrifice only the bones or something.
Yeah, or
That's
what,
right.
or whatever is inedible or otherwise unusable.
Okay. Muninn. So in Muninn's inventory, they have like 2 nice knives and 2 like average knives. I feel like Muninn would use the nice knife to try and skin the wolf and like try and get the bones out. And like you said, anything inedible, like Muninn would try and do that, if you know what I mean, and separate it from like the pelt, the meat, you know, the offal and everything.
Do you have to do that here? Says Rebob. Why don't you go back into a forest? But Muninn, you know, in the forest there are only more wolves waiting for you.
Yeah. I guess Muna would say like, these things hunt in packs, right? Like the reason why I'm here is because I had to outrun.
Don't you have other food? We're close to a town, lady. When we after we cross the bridge, Lady Ophelia can buy you lunch.
It's fine. I need a new fur coat anyway. Muna would say. But obviously that's not true, so...
He looks absolutely flabbergasted, like, what the hell are you doing? Turns to, I guess, Illona, because he can't understand Anghel. He turns to Illona for her opinion.
Jesus, I don't even know what Illona's opinion is.
Does Illona understand Muninn's true meaning, I wonder?
That's a good question.
I mean, do we know? Is Muninn the only one who knows that we're not supposed to sacrifice everything?
Yeah, Muninn is the only one who knows that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then probably not, right?
Up to you.
Then I guess Anghel is super confused too. But also disapproving. Because he doesn't like Cassius.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what's going on.
I guess maybe if this helps, maybe Muninn would notice that, perhaps, and then they would say like, they would sign and then point to Illona to say like, Illona can sign too, right, and understand the sign, obviously. Mm-hmm. Muninn would sign to both of you and say like, Cassius only wants bones.
Gosh.
The bones and nothing else.
No,
Why are you sacrificing something, Tim?
Illona, you hear a shrill voice behind your leg that says, "No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't."
Oh, as in he... Right, I see.
As in, Cassius doesn't just want bones. Which, funnily enough, is true.
Yeah, they want us to sacrifice everything. Right?
Yeah, because it's basically overpaying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we know better.
I mean, only Muninn does, but sure.
Well, yeah, sure.
I think Illona would give a disapproving look to the chicken.
Stares at you.
And
I only speak truth.
Illona would like annoyingly nod and continue like she would sign to Muninn like, yeah, sure, only bones then.
Is that because Illona wants to go against above board? Is that because Illona wants to go against what the chicken is saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that chicken. Okay. Muninn would like nod and continue trying to skin and debone.
The chicken will say, "Foolish, foolish, foolish. Don't be surprised when Cassius doesn't respond to you." Did that chicken just talk? Says Rebob.
Would that's a good point. Would Muninn hear that?
Yeah, because he said it. The chicken said it out loud so that you may hear.
Okay. That's a good point, you know.
All right.
Why would he not? But if you're paying, why would he not answer?
I guess Muninn would just keep that in mind.
What I just rolled is a sneaky roll from the chicken.
Okay. Above board, I'm just saying, like, that's a good point, but Muninn would keep it in mind and continue with what they were doing anyway, if that makes sense. Rather than being like, oh shit, maybe I should overpay, Muninn would just, like, carry on and deboning.
Also, sneaky rolls may be contested, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course. Could I use my big eyes to... It's careful, isn't it, or not?
It is careful, but it does not involve your eyes.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So a 3.
Yeah, the chicken is saying the truth in terms of, Cassius would rather you sacrifice the whole thing, but he'll likely even accept the, like, quote-unquote actual price. The chicken is just, like, trying to bluff that so that you don't do this again in the future.
Okay. So that is a sneaky chicken, and he almost convinced me otherwise. But then Muninn would, like I said, Muninn would keep deboning.
Aren't you gonna stop him? Waste of time, says to Illona.
Illona wouldn't like.
Are we
even
just ignoring the fact that that chicken just spoke, says Rebob.
Illona would like smile and like, are you surprised by now? We're like at an ant wedding and chickens are talking.
I think Rebob would pull out a pistol and aim it at a chicken.
Yes!
Yes!
The chicken hides behind your legs, Illona.
Illona would like scoot it.
It scoots behind you. Have I not been good to you? Has not the mistress been good to you? Ungrateful one, says to Illona.
It's not me pulling the pistol, and Illona would like step out of the way.
Steps behind you again.
Illona would like continue to make it free for shooting.
And the chicken will continue to
Make a
attempt...
little
Go ahead.
dance here at the chicken.
If you want, you can roll, I guess, a quick, and I'll pose the chickens quick to see who wins.
Sounds good.
You win. Okay. Let's see if Rebob takes lines up the shot. Apparently not, and Rebob critically failed, so...
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh shit.
I was gonna say...
That's a lucky chicken.
I was gonna say he shoots Illona, but Ilona's not an NPC, so I can't
Ow!
I can't play around with like Ilona's fate too much. So I think his gun jams, and he has to like spend time to unjam it.
I think like Illona would roll her eyes at Rebob a lot, but like kind of playfully stop messing around with the chicken and start ignoring it again.
Could you rephrase that? Because I didn't quite understand what you're doing.
Me neither, to be honest.
So you rolled your eyes at Rebob. I think we got that. Next.
Yeah, and then I would stop playing around with the chicken
Okay.
and start ignoring it.
Okay. The chicken would say, "You'll see. Eventually you only have me to count on. Then you come back."
It's so smug, the chicken. Ah!
If you turn around to look at it, it's no longer there.
Okay, nice.
Rebob will focus on unjamming his pistol. Funnily enough, being distracted enough from what Muninn is doing.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's understandable.
Illona would say to Rebob, it's no point shooting the chicken. It'll just reappear again, but
You
pissed.
know what it is?
Yeah.
What is... What are you? And when he
He's a
says...
cat.
When he says that, he does not just mean you, Illona, but he also means the collective you, Muninn, and Muninn and Anghel as well. Because Anghel's suddenly defending ants, Muninn is talking about speaking directly to God, you know?
Yeah. Who are you? What have you done with everyone? I guess.
And obviously because of Muninn's stunt, he has to believe that. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hasn't he seen? I don't remember, but
He has seen a bunch of weird...
He has seen a lot of shit.
He has seen a lot of shit, yes, but not necessarily from the three of you, if that makes sense. He's seen a lot of environmental shit. And Muninn shit, I guess.
Yeah. I knew that.
That's true.
So what do you reply to his question?
I mean, honestly, we're just as confused as you are. Things happen, but I guess that's a part
Then-
of the word too.
Then explain.
Hey, I'm just as clueless as you are, but the thing is that I'm not surprised by now.
What do you... Alright, I can understand you getting used to that chicken. But what do they mean? Indicating Muninn when they said what they said. I'll say Rebob says that Rebob indicated Muninn, but he's not paying attention to what Muninn is doing. He's just saying like, yeah, Muninn over there. What do they mean?
Illona would say that's hard for me to explain. I wasn't experiencing that, but what I can say is there's a lot of things if you're susceptible to learning about that. It's a lot of things you didn't know, I guess, that I don't know.
And they know, indicating Muninn.
I guess, yeah.
Explain then, turns his attention to Muninn, and stop doing that.
I can't. It's all part of the plan.
What plan? He reaches for his sword.
What?
The plan
doesn't pull it out, just like places his hand there like menacingly.
Yeah.
I think Illona would like place her hand on the pistol she has. Like, you don't touch.
Muninn would say the plan to remove the hex. Oh no, rather not the hex. But this is part of the plan to get the ants to move out of the way. We don't want to get hexed, do we? From killing ants.
Well, how did you? Can you make sense of this? Turns to Anghel. Anghel,
just blinks at him.
Who may speak for always firstly if he so wishes.
Anghel just blinks at him.
Aren't you friends? Don't you? What is all this?
You wouldn't understand. Anghel just let it go. Is this going to be a problem? Not for me, for Lady Ophelia, for everyone nearby. Is all of this going to be a problem? Not if you make it. Not if you don't make it a problem.
Oh, clever spin of words. Above board. That's not what Rebob says. Rebob will frown, not frown, but like sigh in exasperation and say, "Fine, enjoy your meal, you freaking savage," says to Muninn.
That was a low blow.
Freaking savage is not something I would expect Rebob to say.
Yeah. That is pretty savage. Ha! Pun intended. of him to say it. But I guess Muninn would say like, oh, wolf jerky. Actually, maybe Muninn wouldn't say that. I was gonna like tease Rebob, but tension's already high, so maybe Muninn would just like continue trying to like debone the wolf. I've said that like a million times, I think, but that's what Muninn is doing.
Rebob walks away in sheer exasperation and not wanting to see a wolf get eaten.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'll roll a different sneaky. Okay.
Oh.
Feel free to oppose that if you'd like, but otherwise we will carry on.
I would like to. Would I be distracted, do you think?
Up to you.
Okay. Maybe, okay, a 2. So that, I was distracted.
It would involve your eyes, though, so it's a tie.
Ooh. Okay.
Tie means either you fail or succeed at a negative cost.
I think I'm happy to fail.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm happy to fail that one.
I wonder though, what is it?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Muninn is not the only one who may roll.
Yeah, but I don't really think. Yeah, I knew it.
You receive another pitcher of wine from the ants. It's good wine,
Yeah, shit. I'm just gonna get drunk again.
probably.
This is Well, actually, no. I guess we'll find out in a minute. So ignore me.
Does Illona want to roll, or shall we move along?
We can move along.
Okay. Then, Muninn, you finish your give me a careful to see how good of a job you do.
Oh no. Okay. Oh. Oh. That's not good.
No, it's not. But well, actually, up to you if you determine that it's a good or bad job. But nevertheless, you do a bad job. Like there's still plenty of meat left on the bones that you can't like quite pick out with your knife, or you determine, oh, it's gonna take me way longer than the half an hour I was allotted to like remove all this meat.
I guess Muninn would probably if it's not too much, like it's not like the bones aren't picked clean, sure, but if it's not too much meat like that's been left on, I guess Muninn would leave it on, or I guess like above board gameplay where it's like I'm fine with that, but then story wise, I guess Muninn would just like you said, like, oh, that'll have to do, and like Muninn would think like, oh, I guess like consider that a tip, like, if you know what I mean, like a tip, for Cassius.
In Muninn's
So, yeah.
mind, sure, Muninn's mind can be whatever they want.
Yeah. So yeah,
Until it maybe is not, but that's something else.
Yeah. In which case, then I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay. So you finish with an asterisk the task. What next?
Okay. So I guess Muninn would save the meat and the pelt that they did manage to like get off the wolves somehow.
With a 0, I don't think you do a good job like separating the meat from the pelt either.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's kind of disappointing, but fine. Could I save it like for later to try and like do it, or is the pelt completely fucked? Like if I let's say later on, like I decide to try it again and make a pelt that Muninn can wear. Like, is the pelt fucked, or can I like save it, if that makes sense?
I think it's at least partly fucked, to quote you.
Okay.
But there are plenty of other wolves nearby, as you just saw.
Okay. I mean, I'll probably like save the meat anyway, because like
May I ask
I don't
how?
know what. I guess like the pelt and the meat, like Muninn would put into a. I don't know how to describe it, but the fur is on the outside and the meat is on the inside, like kind of like a bag. Like Muninn would try and like tie it all up somehow.
Sure, it leaks blood.
Okay. Muninn's grossed out, but they would say, okay, and they would leave it to the side for now, but they just don't want to leave it like full stop. Like they don't want to like leave it behind. And then Muninn would like gather all of the like inanimate like
Detritus, yeah.
yeah, and they would lay it all out, and they would sit in front of it or kneel in front of it, and they would say like, Cassius, this sacrifice is for you. I hope it suffices. And Muninn would say like, oh, can you please blot out the sun? Can you please cause an eclipse? Anything to fool these ants into thinking it's nighttime.
A poetry offering, child, but very well. You will have, let's say, 10 minutes.
Okay. Muninn's probably surprised by that, but they would try and hide it, and they would they'd say thank you, Cassius. And I guess they would. Sorry.
I was just gonna say above board. Funnily enough, if you had done a good job separating like the detritus from the usable stuff, probably would have been harder to convince Akesius. But now he's just playing coy
Ah, okay.
because you're still overpaying.
Yeah. Just not as much as we used to.
And, Go ahead.
No, I was just ignore me.
So, as you say that, indeed, the sun unexpectedly enters an eclipse, and the music from the ant party slowly dies down. Muninn may get, I guess. Actually, no, you don't. You don't need to roll to see this. You will see that the detritus that you offered up, as mentioned before, turns to ash and is taken away by the wind. But you also see that the land underneath what you just offered just dies beneath your eyes.
Oh my god. That's not good. I guess Muninn would keep that in mind, but they would stand up and be like, that's weird.
Anghel also eyes it.
Yeah. Could I roll a clever or something to see like, oh, has that happened before?
You don't need to roll. It has happened plenty of times before. It
has. Okay.
The telltale sign that an inadequate use of magic has been performed, aka one in which someone has overpaid.
Okay.
So it happened all the time before. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It was,
in that
it
case,
was a long time. Sorry.
yeah.
It's been a long time since we sacrificed anything, I guess. Don't remember.
Yeah, it's not something that we do very often.
But you
We used to.
You have seen other people do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, as mentioned, like ant celebration slowly dies down, because above board, the DM, think it's a very clever plan. The ants do think that, yeah, it's nighttime already. We've partied on for quite a while, and that's what they think as they begin slowly but surely to disperse before the NPC's stunned eyes, I guess. And two ants will approach you, Anghel. They both appear to be wearing crowns, obviously ant-sized crowns, and they're both joined by a large entourage. One of them seems to be wearing a dress, I guess, as they approach you and say, "Thank you for protecting our celebration and for joining in. You've been a most welcome guest, and you've shown unexpected understanding for a human."
Yeah, you're welcome.
Whenever, and this is above board, the reward that you get, whenever you may need us, just call upon us and we'll be there to aid you in whatever manner you wish.
Shit, that's epic.
That is cool.
What does Anghel know what they do for Prince Charming, for instance?
Give me
an
a
example.
Give me a careful to see how good your memory is.
Ooh.
A 5. Yeah, at one point there's an instance in the tale where Prince Charming and company are held in prison by a corrupt official, and the Prince Charming asks for the aid of the ants, who basically just make themselves at home in the corrupt official's castle, and basically infesting everything. And basically the corrupt official knows, okay, it's because I mistreated Prince Charming, so he lets Prince Charming and company go.
Okay, interesting.
But that does not mean that that's what you have to use the ants for. Whatever situation in which a swarm of ants would be useful, of course you may use them. Call upon their aid.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
And thank you, say the bride and groom, as the ants once again disperse and the path is cleared. As again, the NPCs stare in stunned silence, probably with the exception of Always Thirsty on the horse.
Awesome, let's go.
Yeah. I guess Muninn would like pick up the skin bag of the wolf and
Still
be
dripping.
like, yeah, still dripping. They would like hold it out like you know when you take the rubbish out and it's dripping. They would hold it
Away
out.
from you.
They'd hold it out in front of them like that, and they would say, "Okay, I guess time to go."
Anghel turns to Muninn and signs it to them. That was a good idea. Kind of reluctantly, but he does.
Speaking of Anghel, you gain another point on your Prince Charming counter for protecting the ant wedding. Now, well, for your bonus, previously you got a +1 bonus for whenever you dealt with good or innocent people. Now you get a +2 bonus.
Hey!
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Muninn would say, kind of in a joking way, but also in a very like arrogant way, say like, so Anghel, for context, Anghel said like, "Oh, that was a good job," or "Good idea."
Yeah.
Muninn as a joke, but also as a joke to embrace how crazy the situation is, but also arrogantly, they would say like, "Oh, I know." Like they would say like, "Oh, I know it was a good idea. I know."
Anghel shrugs. Okay.
Muninn would ask Illona like, "Do you want some?" With the dripping bag of wolf meat.
Illona would like politely shake her head like, "No, I'm good, thanks."
Yeah.
As tempting as it looks.
Yeah. Muninn would say, and I'm hesitating because I'm thinking of it, but Muninn would say something like, it would be a kind of a win because cats usually are afraid of dogs, right?
Huh?
Because Illona's, or sorry, I forget. Does Illona not know that she can turn into a cat? I thought she
you
could.
learned
Yeah,
that? Yeah, okay. I'm just being slow.
Okay. I forgot how far we were with that side quest.
Ilona
for a
has
second.
done it consciously before.
Okay. Okay, good. In which case, I guess Muninn would like take it on the chin. They would take that like, "Oh, the joke didn't land," and they would take that on the shoulder or on the chin, and they would just like walk off, like just keep walking.
Are we good to go then? Says Ophelia, sort of out of nowhere.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Muninn would.
Yeah, she was looking at Muninn specifically when she said that, but of course, Anghel, who always firstly can, of course, reply that way as well.
Okay. Muninn would. Regardless, I feel like Muninn would confirm, and they would say like, "Yep, we're not going to get hexed anymore because there aren't any more ants to kill. So I think we're good to go." This whole thing, by the way, this won't last forever. Like meaning the eclipse. Yeah, Muninn would point to the eclipse, and they would say like, "This won't last forever, but don't look at it. Don't stare at it."
Narrows her eyes, misinterpreting your meaning. Looks up, looks back at you.
Don't look at it. It'll burn your eyes. Would Muninn know that? Like, not to look at an eclipse?
Yeah, it has happened before.
Okay.
People
Then Muninn would say
blinding
like,
themselves, yeah.
okay. Then Muninn would say like, "Oh, just don't stare at it. Like, I've seen people go blind before by staring at an eclipse."
I see. Well, let's be on our way then. This distraction has been tiring enough.
Okay, let's go.
So, does everyone go on their way then?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, you cross the bridge, continue on along your way. Do let me know if you guys talk about anything or do or say anything before you reach the next village. Yeah, I guess it is a village on the journey.
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I guess
can't-
where. Sorry, you
Oh.
go.
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
I guess Muninn would look around for Rebob. I can't remember if you said like just then, Teeironor. I don't know if you just said where Rebob was.
I did
Muninn...
not mention it. He would have tried to go back into the carriage.
Oh, okay. When you say tried, did he?
I'd
Sorry,
say tried because, of course, you may interrupt him.
Okay, that's fine. I guess Muninn would. No, Muninn wouldn't do that. It seems out of character. I was gonna say Muninn would say like, "Oh, hey Rebob, like, are you okay? Like, I know this is crazy," but then Muninn wouldn't do that. Like, it seems a bit out of character.
Sure.
But yeah, if I was in the scene, I would say, if Dely was in the scene, they would say, they would talk to Rebob, but I'm not there.
Fair enough. I repeat my question. Anything else from any of you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Nope.
Okie dokie. So, as you guys close in on the village of River Tree along your journey, you hear what sounds like singing coming from the village. Singing. Well, if you want, feel free to give me a careful to determine more about it. Okay. Is Anghel the only one who rolls? Obviously, I'll okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
All of you would determine that it seems to be the voices that are singing seem to be somewhat high pitched, like as if they belong to children.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. This village is along our path, is it, or is it
Yeah.
like off the path?
Along your path.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
No, you go on.
Okay. I was just gonna I was wondering like if we could figure out what they were singing about, like what was the song?
If anyone wants to spend more fate points on the roll, I may answer that question.
Okay. I mean, I can't, but
No.
Okay. Then, as you guys continue on your approach to the village, obviously the singing gets louder and clearer, and you will spot, first of all, once I put this person on screen, where did I put them? Yeah, it's this. Though don't let the icon fool you, as you see in front of you the stereotypical depiction of a fairy, like a small creature, like maybe slightly bigger than your hand, of like a fair looking woman with wings, floating
In the middle of the air, like in front of us?
Yeah, in front of you, and she sees you guys approach, and she says, "It's them! It's them!" And she runs towards the village.
Okay.
Flies right towards the village.
wait, shit. So she recognized us or whatever?
Yeah, feel free to determine her tone via carefuls if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't
She
like.
sounded excited, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Anghel and Muninn. Yeah, she definitely sounded excited.
Oh.
Muninn, you determined that she was excited specifically after spotting Anghel.
Surprise.
Of course.
Surprise, surprise. I guess Muninn returns to Anghel and say like, "Oh, someone's expecting you."
I go. I don't know. Doesn't say anything.
Muninn would say it's surprise. Like Muninn would say surprise, surprise. And then maybe you keep walking, or like if everyone like, when other people keep walking, they would keep walking.
Okay. Yeah.
So the way that we were walking anyway. Is that where the
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So as you approach, the singing becomes clearer as the crowd themselves rushes to approach you. You see a crowd of children, most basically not herded but like guided by fairies, rushing in your direction, and they all rush for Anghel.
Oh boy. Anghel just stands there. He doesn't know what to do. Maybe exchanges looks with always thirsty.
Always
You know
firstly
what
nods
this is
approving.
about?
Always firstly nods approvingly.
Okay.
Yeah, the children and the fairies pretty much swarm Anghel, almost pushing Muninn and Illona out of the way of their clothes. And they all say, "It's you, it's you, it's you." And one of the fairies says, now, children, like I taught you." And they all begin singing, "Oh, Anghel, Prince Anghel, deliverer of fate, champion of justice," and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm dying. Okay. Anghel looks at the others, kind of like.
Muninn would shrug and be like, I don't know what you want us to, like, kind of like a, what do you want us to do? And then Muninn would look to Illona to be like, I mean, we can't do anything about this, can we?
Is this like part of the new companions? Are we hosting like a kindergarten now?
Oh, yo, that's a burn.
That's what Illona would say at least.
Okay. Anghel, I guess, he just, I don't know. I guess he blushes. I don't know what he does.
Fair enough. The children and the fairies will continue their song. So obviously something else may happen, but before that, do let me know if you guys do anything else. You have time to react, is what I'm saying.
How many kids are there?
Sorry?
How many kids are there?
Around 10 to 20. Closer to 20.
Damn. Okay. Jesus.
And about 5 or 6 fairies.
Can't.
I think Illona would like look to Muninn and ask, "Do you know anything about this?"
I don't think so. I did, well, I didn't even know I mean, I've heard of fairies, but I've never seen them, obviously.
Has this happened to Prince Charming in the story?
Give me a careful.
Let's see.
Being acclaimed by fairies, yeah.
Okay, and what?
And not necessarily children, but usually like the populace at large. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. And what do you mean? The populace of what? People, like...
Yeah, people in general, like after Prince Charming succeeds in his adventures or some other minor occasions as well, he has received the acclamations of the people, including children.
With the fairies...
Fairies counting among the people.
Okay.
But also, like, sometimes... are you also asking about Prince Charming's interactions with fairies specifically?
Yeah, sure, why not? The more we know.
Sometimes they are just there to cheer Prince Charming on. Sometimes they're there to, whatchamacallit, provide helpful hints or information. Sometimes they're, on the other hand, like, mischievous and play little tricks that may turn deadly.
Nice. Okay. Anghel kinda signs to always thirsty. What am I supposed to do?
He smiles very, very broadly and genuinely and, like, claps your shoulder with his hand, sort of like saying, "Oh, you have to get used to the praise, my prince. You deserve it."
Okay. Anghel kind of nods, kind of slowly, kind of not entirely sure, but okay. Then he just stands there. Do they finish singing or do they keep on singing forever?
Something will happen. I'm just waiting for you guys to potentially do anything. But for now, they continue singing.
I guess Muninn would hold the bloody sack of wolf meat behind their back, away from the children. Just be like, nothing for you to see here.
Other than the trail of blood and the flies coming in, sure.
Yeah.
You will all hear, for context, Ophelia and company have, as usual, stopped staring in absolute stunned silence. But you all hear a gruff voice coming from the village, the voice of a priest who comes up and says, "What are you lot doing? Stop going with them. Who is this?" Indicating you, Anghel. He seems to be followed by like 5 or so villagers, all of them exhibiting obvious signs of being infected by the plague.
Oh,
Shit.
fuck. He's not, though?
He is not. Above board, just to clarify, some of the people who are infected start calling out for their children to come back.
Okay.
But the children seem sort of unsure, and they like look to you for guidance.
So Anghel kind of shoos them away. And be like, yeah, go.
"No, this is a celebration," says one of the fairies, and the other fairy says, "Don't listen to that ugly old Grinch. Prince Charming has finally arrived."
Shots fired.
What's this Prince Charming nonsense? says the priest, pointing his staff at you.
And Anghel just kind of like shrugs. I don't know.
Are you the one named Anghel, the one they've been singing about for an entire day now?
Depends what you'll do about it.
Is that what you say?
I don't. Fine, he says yes.
Your choice. I'm not coercing you. I'm just trying to see.
Yeah, I was trying to think if it works with what Anghel will do. I guess he says yes.
Are you the one responsible for this? Indicating the like children who seem more willing to follow the directions of the fairies, but he also indicates their plague-stricken parents.
The plague? No. Are we? Wait, we are, aren't we? I don't remember
Probably.
anymore.
Give me a careful or clever. Careful will be to see if you remember something. Clever will be to see if you infer something. It's not just Anghel who may roll. Anghel, you're not sure. Maybe you caused the plague, you never know. Muninn and Illona may also roll carefuls or clevers if they so wish.
Okay.
Didn't we?
Muninn, not much I can say with that clever. That's definitely not enough to determine anything. Illona, with your careful, you don't remember causing any plagues.
No.
Yeah, okay, so I guess Anghel says no. How would I do that?
I don't know. How would all of this happen? How would all the adults of the village fall sick with a plague in just one day, and all the children go rogue singing of expecting you?
I don't know.
A child.
Can you heal them?
A child would go, I guess. We haven't gone rogue. We're just following what the fairies are saying. My point exactly. And of course I can heal them, but each sickness takes each of them takes so much longer than what it usually takes for the plague. This is not natural.
Is there something about the plague in Prince Charming's story?
Give me a careful. With a 4, no, this is pretty new.
Okay. But they heal? I mean, like you said, it takes time, but it does. They do heal?
Slowly, then many of them become infected again. Don't listen to that ugly man, says one of the fairies. And
do you know what's going on? He says to her.
It is. She says, I don't know. Another one says, well, it's obviously what's the expected fate of all who oppose good Prince Anghel. And another one says, yeah, that's right.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's not good.
What do you mean? How do they oppose me?
He has been.
Oh shit! He's calling himself Prince Charming now. Jesus.
She said Prince Anghel.
Oh, she said Prince Anghel. Okay. He calls himself Prince now, but okay, sure.
What was your question? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
What was my? How are they opposing me?
Oh, she says, well, that ugly man has been trying to lead your subjects away from you.
How? How?
By telling us not to celebrate your arrival and shooing us away and making us disappear with his staff.
So maybe you should celebrate some other place.
Oh no! We have to celebrate here, says another fairy.
Why?
Well, and another fairy says, because we have something to deliver to you. Well, a task, I suppose. No, 3 tasks. No, only 2 tasks. You're a liar. I'm not lying. You're lying.
Okay. Can you calm down and just tell me what the tasks are?
They all look at you with sort of admiration in their eyes and say, one of them says, well, I know where you can find a magnificent saddle for your horse.
He looks at his horse.
The horse looks at you. Another one says, well, I know who stole your horse's ring.
You have a ring? I guess it's to the horse.
The horse, I guess I'll roll it sneaky because it's basically trying to nod in a way that only Anghel sees, so that it does not let Illona and Muninn know.
Couldn't he talk to Angel's mind? Or
No, he spoke out loud.
oh, really? Okay.
So that's the sneaky that anyone needs to roll to beat his. But he basically nods so that only Anghel may see.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Never mind.
You need that ring?
Nods again, very, very imperceptibly. And
All right.
And another one says, "Well, I know where the sword of Prince Bogdan the Great is. It's the prince of the greatest ruler of this country. It is only fitting that you have it." And another fairy says, "Well, pick one of us already." "Yes, you have to pick one," says another fairy.
Oh, I can only choose one.
They all look at you expectantly.
Anghel turns to the horse. Pick one. I don't know.
The horse, once again, imperceptibly shakes its head no. As in...
He won't?
Yeah, as in he won't pick. That's your choice to make.
Damn it. Damn it.
It's not... I guess it's not super important, but do you want to put the tokens on screen for each of the free fairies that gave you the quests?
I don't know if you want to.
Sure. This is the...
I mean, you made them.
This is the one who talked about the saddle.
Oh, she's pretty.
Well, they're all meant to be pretty. This is the one who talked about the ring. And this is the one who talked about the sword. All three of them are technically symbols of royalty if played right, I guess. So they all sort of fit with the overall theme of Prince Charming, if you're wondering.
Yeah. Okay, what does it... Does the story of Prince Charming involve all of these three things?
Well, it's the sword of Prince Bogdan the Great.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
said
that
story.
probably-
You said story, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, the sword of Prince Bogdan the Great, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your question, Show&Tell, was if the story of Prince Charming involves any of these three quests?
Yeah.
Give me a careful.
Okay.
Yes and no. Prince Charming does have a magical saddle, and his horse has a magical ring, and he wields a fancy sword, but none of those, he didn't obtain any of those items by following the directions of a fairy.
Well, then Anghel says, I'm kind of in a hurry right now.
Well, you need these items for your adventure, says the fairy who talked about the sword. The one who talked about the ring says, "Would you really not return your horse's belongings?" And the one who talked about the saddle will say, someone as well handsome as you and powerful as you surely can do all of this in no time."
But I don't know how to pick. I don't know what to pick.
A good ruler knows to make tough decisions, says the one who talked about
Maybe
the
I'm not a
sword.
good ruler.
No, of course you are. Of course you are, says the one who talked about the saddle.
Maybe I can inadvertently help here because I need to go. So I'll give you some time to think in that case.
Okay. By you going, you give Show&Tell time to think. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ashen, before you go, could you please talk about yourself and tell us where the people may find you?
Yeah, sorry for like interrupting in the middle of it, but I'm Ash and I'm on Instagram. That's it.
Yes, she is. Do you still accept commissions?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Check Ashen out, commission her. Final question, how should we play Illona? Like, any special indications?
Nah, as usual, go ham.
Okay. We will go ham as best we can. Thank you for joining us as usual, Ashen.
Thank you guys. See you next week. Bye.
Take care, Ashen.
Good night.
See you,
Bye.
Ashen. See you, Ashen. Kidoki. Has Anghel / Show&Tell had time to think?
Not really. Anghel turns maybe to always thirsty and is like,
He smiles
do you know?
approvingly.
Do you know about any of this?
Not really, no. But they're all fitting quests for ones as mighty as yourself, and I'll be there all the while. He says proudly.
But we need to go to the. Ugh.
Sure, I'm sure it'll only be a minor delay.
I guess Muninn would say to Anghel, like, well, we do have a limited time, but I suppose as we just had a delay or like a diversion earlier, so maybe another one. I mean, maybe I can.
More delays is not what we need, would say Ophelia. The priest seems surprised to see Ophelia sort of returning to his work, because he's also there, and he stares in shock and reverence perhaps, but says nothing.
Well, I think Angel's maybe thinking about the letter that he got from Vasile all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, just that he can trust himself. So he's like saying, I think I'm going to figure it out on my own. Thank you so much for the tests, but I will pass for now.
But you don't know the way, my prince, says the one who offered you the saddle, and the one who offered you...
That's fine. I have a different task that I need to fulfill first.
Will you come back then to retrieve what was lost? Says the one who talked about the ring.
I'll try.
Well, you should. And you ought to do this. Says the one who talked about the sword. They're items that are fit for a prince.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
They above board. Well, not above board. Well, kind of above board, I guess. That's not the answer they were expecting. So they stare themselves in shock and say, "All right, children. Let's lead the good prince into the town." And they like encourage the children to begin singing again. The priest,
oh, that's fine, Angle.
the priest tries to run towards the fairies to smack them with his staff to like make them go away, but they dodge him because they're tiny and small and fast.
Angle's like, children, you should go.
Yes,
to
you
your
should.
parents.
Yes, you should, says the priest.
I have something else that I need to do. Anyway.
Okay. The children go slowly and slowly but surely, and they like mumble about themselves like, oh, this was not how they expected it to go, but they also say like, oh, I didn't expect the prince to have a scar and blah blah blah, but you hear more than one comment about how apparently you are considered handsome.
Okay. Cool.
Muninn would give Anghel a nudge. Maybe if Muninn heard that too, Muninn would give Anghel a nudge and be like, like, Maria is a lucky lady. Maria? Yeah.
Yeah, Maria. Anghel kind of like tries not to smile, but he does. Like he's trying to suppress a smile. Not very successfully.
The one who offered you the sword will briefly fly up to you, Anghel, and say, "Well, the items we all talked about will only be in this area. So, but I'm sure we'll probably visit you again with more items of legend along your journey." And the one who offered you the ring will say, "Oh, don't listen to her, my prince. She's nothing but a liar." And the one who offered you the sword will say, "Who are you calling a liar? You are the liar." And they start bickering before they're chased away by the priest.
Okay. Anghel is left kind of reeling, I guess. He did want to check on the village from before.
The village of Basel that's across the river?
Mm-hmm.
He did want that, sure. Would Anghel like to do that? Or how would Anghel broach the issue, I guess?
I mean, I don't know if he really wants to broach it. He's just going to climb his horse. Maybe he tells Muninn. How did it go like last session? Did he tell Muninn that he wanted to do that? We did talk about it, right?
I think you did, yes.
What did you want to do, sorry?
To check on we heard shouting from the village. Or something, right?
I don't really remember, but I mean, if Anghel did speak to Muninn about that last time, I guess Muninn would say, like, are you sure? Like, I mean, you realize you can't be long.
Oh, before I forget, and before the DM forgets, the fairy who talked about who offered you the saddle will say, my prince, you can heal the sick. Just try it.
Oh.
And the one who offered you the ring says, that's nonsense. The prince is just the prince. No, he can. I'm sure of it. Says the one who offered you the sword.
Okay, that's really confusing. What do you mean try it? What am I supposed to do?
Touch them, says the one who offered you the saddle.
Are they still around, those plagued parents? This feels so stupid. Anghel goes up to them and touches them.
Yeah. As you approach them, the priest arms himself with his staff and interposes himself between you two and says, "Are you planning to do ill? What's your business here?"
No, I just want to see if I can help.
Help how?
I'm not sure yet. It won't do anything, I promise. I don't know.
Give me, I guess, a flashy to see how earnest you seem, okay?
Like, I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I was trying to say.
Yeah, with a 4, he's still suspicious because of the whole situation, but he lets you pass. And he says, only the true faith may heal these people, but try what you will.
Okay, so Anghel he doesn't know what he's doing, so he just goes to one of the people and he puts a hand on their shoulder.
And before your very eyes,
and tries to smile.
Before your very eyes, they instantly recover from their illness, and all their marks of disease just fall off or go away. They look just as stunned as you are, I imagine.
Yeah. Definitely.
Does Illona...
Anghel looks at his own hand. What?
Does Illona or Muninn see this? As Anghel, because I
think so.
Fucking hell. Muninn wouldn't say anything. They would just look to Illona to be like, what the hell?
Feel free to give me clevers, anyone who may want to, I guess. I guess I'll also roll Illona's clever, why not?
Is this a...
To do with like Prince Charming?
Um,
Because Anghel is not very clever.
yes and no.
Oh! He's not very stupid today.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh! Damn.
Is this a learned mind thing, by the way?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It is. So I got a 10.
Tell Muninn all.
Yeah, I'll tell Muninn everything, but first I'll tell what Anghel determines, because that's sort of the common basis that Muninn may then draw upon. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
This is very generally speaking, but a common sort of symbol of royalty in general, this isn't determined by religion necessarily, is that royalty just by their touch can heal the sick. Muninn, this is what Anghel knows and what Muninn knows as well. Muninn with a 10, you determine, but Anghel's not really royalty, even if he is Prince Charming. This, you know, a god of sickness and who may also take away sickness. This is probably the work of Acacius trying to make it seem that Anghel is true royalty.
Oh, shit. Why? Oh, I don't like that.
Obviously, Muninn wouldn't say anything to Anghel about that, but maybe Muninn would say,
Why
like...
not?
because Anghel wouldn't like it.
No, he needs to know that.
Especially not right now. Especially not right now, because obviously...
That is a very good roll, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, I don't know why I'm saying thank you, because it is just random, but...
Yeah.
I am glad.
As to why, because I'll give you that with your roll. Maybe not necessarily to help Anghel, but to shake the faith of the people in the priest.
Ah, of course.
Fuck.
Of course, that makes so much sense.
Fuck. I guess yes.
But
Damn it.
I will also say, the fairies, at least two of them, look genuinely surprised.
So how
Huh.
fairy know
Sorry?
this would happen?
What was your question? I'm sorry.
How did the third fairy know it would happen? Or did she just make it up?
Well, two of them spoke in favor of you, not just one.
Oh.
As for that, I think it's a bit too much to just say with just one clever roll.
So should I roll again or just let it go?
Whomever may, if they want.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. A 6 or an 8.
Muninn will
depending
know
on-
everything and you can
Yeah.
lord it over Anghel later. They can lord it over Anghel.
Oh, to be fair, this does not relate to a learned mind. This is more,
Okay.
yeah. It's likely that the fairies assumed that, yeah, like the same sort of common well that Anghel drew upon, that royalty heals diseases, and that's what Anghel is, so of course. But as to the one fairy that seemed like she was expecting it to happen, maybe she sort of knows more than she lets on.
Oh, okay.
But the one fairy who, the two fairies that supported Anghel are the one of the saddle and the one of the sword, and the one fairy who seemed like she knows more than she lets on is the one of the sword.
Okay, but only Muninn knows this. Alright then.
Why not? I'll roll for Illona too. Illona comes... How would it make sense? Because Illona rolled a 0 on the previous roll. So... Guess she also determines that... a fairy suspiciously knows more than she lets on, but she's much more in the dark than the two of you are.
Okay. Well, I guess Muninn would keep that in mind again, and maybe like I'm not sure. Could I? Probably not. But obviously, sometimes fairies can be bad. Like, I'm pretty sure in Irish folklore, like, fairies are actually bad. But I don't...
In this folklore, they can be both good or bad.
Okay.
Like mischievous or something.
Yeah. So, I guess
if you're curious, you can give me a clever to determine the telltale signs of a bad fairy versus a good one.
Okay, that'd be good. Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
It would require I learned mind, I guess. You know that, well, in this folklore particularly, good fairies are the ones that are born from flowers, while bad fairies are usually just sort of evil spirits that take on the form of a fairy.
Okay.
How can you tell, though?
Yeah, good question. I suppose if I rolled higher, I could probably tell, right? Or did you want me to, like... I was going to say, did you want me to roll a careful to see if they're wearing, like, a flower dress or something? But obviously, like...
Sure, you can try to look for that, sure.
Yeah. Obviously, the only thing about that... I'll do it, but the only thing about that, obviously, is, like, a spirit pretending to be a fairy would also be wearing a flower dress, I can imagine.
Above board, the difficulty I had in mind was 4, so sorry about that.
Okay.
They're sort of zooming around too much and they're too small for you to really tell. Like even in this like context of stunned silence, they're still zooming around from place to place.
Okay. In that case, I think for now, like Muninn's just going to keep in mind, like, that fairy doesn't. She seems, like you said, she seems like she knows more than she's saying that she. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like Muninn for now is going to brush it off.
Would it be character for Illona to ask regarding what Anghel just did? What did you just do? Would it be in character for Illona to ask that?
I would definitely, yeah, I'd say so. Personally, but yeah.
Like, I don't think it's too out of character.
Sure.
Yeah.
She asks Anghel.
Yeah.
He looks at her like, I don't know.
The villager that you healed tries to grab the hand that you healed him with and to like kiss it, if that makes sense.
Anghel kind of lets that happen, I guess. But he's looking a bit unsure.
The other ailed villagers begin to swarm you as well, looking for healing. The priest just stares on in shock, because this is certainly something he did not expect.
I hate Cassius. Oh my god. But this is really cool though, because it's going to bite Anghel in the ass. Oh my god. Okay, so Anghel just, I mean, why not? He just kind of touches everyone who wants to be touched.
Yeah, and all of those that you touch, their illness goes away. And obviously they are all grateful. I imagine if you would allow them, they'd start hoisting you up and probably singing the same song that the children were singing.
God damn it.
Okay.
They would like to bring you to the village to heal everyone else who is sick, because they're the only ones who are capable enough to walk.
Oh boy. All right. I guess Anghel lets them. I mean, he feels he has to. He can heal.
The children and the fairies follow, cheering Anghel on, leaving the priest, Muninn, Illona, and Ophelia and company, just there.
Okay.
I guess Muninn would turn to probably Munin's first instinct would be to turn to Ophelia and say like, this won't be a setback.
What do you mean by that?
Because above board Anghel was like whisked away, right?
Yeah, but the village is up in your way anyway.
Oh, of course it is. I guess like, well, yeah, Muninn would still sort of elaborate, and they would say, because Anghel, we're gonna get him back. Don't worry.
Right. Ophelia seems, for one of the first times ever, Ophelia seems unsure of herself.
Okay. Muninn would say it's okay. I was just making sure. Because there's been a few sort of distractions along the road, and we're gonna make sure that this isn't gonna be one. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Because above board Muninn doesn't. If Ophelia were to look like if Ophelia were to look really hard, maybe she would see like Muninn isn't so sure about that.
Ophelia nods slowly. Feel free to, and I guess I'll roll her sneaky.
Okay. I will look carefully at her. Oh my goodness.
I guess it is a 5 to a 4 because of your stunt. 5 to a 4. She nods slowly. She seems very uncertain. She doesn't necessarily seem concerned by the delays, but rather by the situation at hand.
Okay. That's fine. I can live with that.
Feel free to give me a clever to speculate why.
Okay. A 2.
Who knows? Weird stuff. Weird stuff is concerning.
Yeah, because this is a weird situation. Okay. I guess Muninn would look to Illona and say, like maybe under their breath, like, this Prince Charming thing's getting on my nerves right now. And then Muninn maybe also would say to Illona, like, sorry, I'm hesitating because I don't like using sneaky because in the past it never works for me. But Muninn would say to Illona under their breath as well, like, I don't like the look of that one, and they would point to the fairy, or try to point to the fairy if it's zipping around, that was mentioning the sword thing. Just be like, I don't like the look of that one. Like, I don't trust that one.
And I guess we'll leave Ilona's reply for next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thoughts on today's episode?
Damn.
Yeah. Damn indeed, yeah.
The thing with the eclipse was so cool.
Yeah.
Too. That was really awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I thought it was sick too. Like, I didn't even. It was really funny because I thought of the nighttime idea, but I thought like of just getting a massive like leaf or something and like holding it over this, like, so that the shadow like goes
like,
over
pretty
the.
smart, to be honest.
Yeah, but the eclipse thing was so much cooler.
It was very, very clever of you, and funny that it fits so well with the circumstances at hand.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, totally.
It's cool. I think part of the reason I didn't think about the eclipse thing, I don't know if it was you or Ashen Show&Tell, by the way, or even Teeironor. I don't even remember who mentioned it. I feel like it might have been you, Show&Tell.
I don't know what.
The whole.
I just said that Cassius is the god of the sun. I don't know.
Yeah. Whoever mentioned it, because I was just gonna cast a big shadow, over the ants, but then the whole actually like getting a Cassius to make an eclipse, like, I can't even remember what I was gonna say, but it was really cool. I didn't even consider. Oh, part of the reason why I didn't even consider asking him to do that is because I forgot, like, or I didn't even realize that he could do that. Like, do you know what I mean? So seeing him do it is sick. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was cool. They all,
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I think I interrupted
and then
you.
it was like the perfect.
Yeah.
I think my internet cut out for a second there, but we got the gist of it.
Okay. I was wondering. There was one question that I've wanted to ask since the start of the session, but I wanted to save it, and now that it's time to ask you, I forgot. But I was wondering, Teeironor, like, would you be able to tell us, like, typically how we would have, like, in the Prince Charming story, how it would have ended, or are you not allowed to tell us?
What specifically do you mean?
For the ant wedding scenario.
Oh, it's just like Prince Charming and his companions also have to cross a bridge, and they come across the wedding blocking their path, but they understand not to disturb it, and they wait for the ants to finish. The ants are grateful, and they gave him the same reward that Anghel just got.
Okay. So we just did the fast track.
Sped things up, yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, in a very clever way. Like I had a whole thing ready of if they're just gonna waste an entire afternoon and evening waiting around, here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm glad we didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could have held like what would we have done with Ophelia. I don't know.
Played cards, I guess.
Yeah, no, but it made her actually like listen to that.
Yeah.
I was like totally going to have Anghel just stand there and be like, "No, you're not passing."
Like some kind of like vegan like animal rights activism thing.
Yeah.
Like we make a blockade.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked speaking of like the whole eclipse thing. I really liked for some reason I really enjoyed. I don't know what I'm saying for some reason, but I really enjoyed the fight between Muninn and the wolf. Like how I feel like it was really efficient. I think is the word I'm thinking for. Like the way like
Yeah, it was.
like using like two stunts at once to like kill the wolf. That was cool.
Yeah, it really was. For sure. Good use of the stunts.
Yeah. I think I used all of them today, like at least once, like speaking of which is not out of character for me. But
I mean, it's good that you use them, I think.
yeah, definitely.
General bit of info: wolves are not meant to be tough opponents unless they're special wolves, like the one that burned down the city.
Okay. Still there. It was cool.
No,
it was,
this is not to take away from your accomplishment, especially because you did it in a manner that allowed you to escape the pack that was coming to support that one wolf. But
yeah. Thank you. But that was a lot of fun.
Glad to hear it. I just sort of like realized, sort of like had a thought that usually like an eclipse is caused by the moon obfuscating the sun. And guess who's the goddess of the moon? I guess it's his sister.
Okay. What does that
Oh,
mean?
damn.
I'm not exactly sure what it means, to be honest. I guess it means that they work together for this thing.
Yeah. I wonder if...
Oh, I was like... I mean, could Achesis do it alone, though? Or did he have to use Ursina to do this, the eclipse?
I think it is in his purview to do it alone, but I think he would have asked for her help, I think.
Okay, cool.
So also it like sort of makes sense in a sort of poetic sort of way of the brother and sister working together, etc., etc.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
I was thinking like it would be cool if Achesis' sister noticed how super duper smart Muninn was.
I think we've had this conversation before. Even if Muninn was the most charming, most seductive person in existence. Erisina would never see them that way because it's in Erisina's nature to remain chaste until eternity.
Damn it. Okay.
And Muninn would notice. That does not mean that they can't keep trying. It's just they ought to be aware that that's the outcome.
Yeah. That's fair enough. But yeah, I mean, that was really cool either way. I'm just looking through these notes as well. I feel like today was like really good for taking notes, if that makes sense. Like, because so much went on. Oh, and it was really cool that Ashen got to. I feel like Ashen got to stay for a little bit longer today. So that was cool to have her for longer, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I was also gonna say, the ants playing music on instruments and stuff was so cute.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah.
It's a wedding. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being offered drinks and everything, that was also really cool.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Anghel actually got drunk or not.
Probably not, because the wedding wrapped up pretty quickly, but maybe a bit tipsy. Up to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's better.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love it that it's Akesius doing shit. This way. I love it because it's so bad. I mean, Anghel will absolutely hate that. And it will really show him how much this has gone to his head, I guess, at this point. That he just accepts that he can heal without even questioning it.
If he finds out.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's... Yeah.
Yeah. Until then, good job, Prince Anghel. You are definitely worth your accolades, I suppose.
Yeah.
As sort of indicated in the session, the quests that those free fairies offered are sort of specific to this region. So if you meet them later on and want those items, they will say, well, you have to go back all the way that way to get them. But that does not mean that you won't meet them in the future, assuming, of course, that nothing happens to them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, a dragon will show up in like an hour or so.
Oh,
God.
shit.
Oh, do you know what? That's a good question. Would you be able to, like, obviously, if you can tell me or not, would so obviously Muninn has to make a decision. If they don't make a decision just before the dragon turns up, does that mean that the decision will be made automatically for them when it arrives, or can Muninn make a decision when it arrives? Does that make sense?
Well, one of the decisions is for the dragon to make you an offer and you to accept it. So obviously, the dragon will make the offer unless another decision has been made until then.
That's when you put it like that makes sense. Okay, cool.
And obviously, if Muninn refuses the offer, then the dragon says, "Okay, good eye it is then."
Right. Could Muninn say, "No, not good eye. This thing," and either run off to become a monk or choose to become Akesius's little guy?
It will obviously depend on the specific circumstances, but do be careful if you're planning to like leave it for the very, very last second. By that time, you may not have the choice, depending on the circumstances at hand, obviously.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Fun little coincidence, by the way. Doing the Prince Charming thing of like letting the ants have their party, indirectly would also mean the smallest amount of casualties from the dragon arriving, because the dragon would arrive at a place where there are no other people.
What do you mean? What?
So if you had waited by the bridge with the ants, the dragon would have come there, and he wouldn't have burned down any other villages. TLDR.
That's
we should have waited.
Yeah.
I'm not saying should have. I wouldn't say should have about anything. Just a secondary outcome of Prince Anghel doing the Prince Charming thing is, funnily enough, a good outcome of people being spared the wrath of the dragon.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh boy.
Let's hope that we can get to safety again, if you know what I mean, before the dragon comes.
We know that the dragon is coming, so we need to just hurry up.
Yeah. I suppose that's even better that Anghel decided not to do the quest. Because realistically, like the fairies gave him, because realistically, by the time he's done, the dragon would arrive. If he's like, do you know what I mean? If he's lucky.
Well, you don't know where the quest would take you.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're lucky and if you're quick, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, then we may do it in time. But then obviously, like, that's not likely.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's something that I thought about at the time when I was like watching it all happen. Which is why I bring it up, I guess.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, fair enough indeed.
Yeah.
Also, when I said, "Oh yeah, the dragon will come in about an hour," that's me speaking hyperbole. Obviously, it will be more determined on present circumstances when the dragon comes, because I don't know when the exact time is. Like, I don't know if it's like 12:23 or 12:22 at the moment. I just know it's around 12 o'clock at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, damn. So much to deal with. Okay.
And probably next session then for said much to deal with.
Damn. I wonder how it'll go.
Likewise.
I mean, the dragon isn't supposed to kill. It's not supposed to be the big showdown, is it?
In what way are you asking?
Like when the dragon faces Prince Charming or something.
Oh, are you asking if the dragon coming to curse Muninn is also meant to be Prince Charming's big showdown with the dragon? That's your question?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be, but it can be, obviously. And Prince Charming inside Anghel definitely feels that it ought to be.
Yeah. Yeah, we covered that. Okay.
Okay. Any other thoughts or questions or whatever before we go into our usual shoutouts?
No. Not for me.
Not really, other than I hope that the meat on the bones that Muninn left doesn't become some kind of wolf demon thing that we have to fight later on.
It probably will. You can bet on it.
Maybe.
Yeah, you made your own bet with that, I guess. Though good thing that you at least remember to try to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it will be a slightly smaller wolf.
Yeah, like a baby one.
Also, I have no idea what you plan to do, what Muninn plans to do with the meat and pelt that they're keeping.
They want a new fur coat.
They do. They do, but if that fails, then I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're playing Fallout New Vegas at the moment, Dely. Are you trying to be like Vulpes in Colta?
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
You know, he is one of the very, very few characters who is classified as very evil in that game.
Oh my god, really? I guess that makes sense. I haven't met him yet, but I know who you're talking about.
Fair enough. All right. Once again, any other thoughts or questions before we go into our shoutouts?
Eat your veggies.
Certainly, that's very important. All right. Thank you, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. As usual, first things first, do check out Ashen. She does wonderful stuff on her Instagram. She's very, very skilled, and she accepts commissions, and she does great work, not just on painting stuff, but also on other like handcrafts. I can say that from experience that her stuff is great. Next, according to the dice, we would have Show&Tell. Show&Tell, could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes, hi. So I'm Show&Tell, and I have 2 channels on YouTube where I do reactions. So you're definitely welcome to join if you're interested. I also do them on Patreon if you want to pay for them. But yeah.
I think you're underselling it, but yeah. Check out Show&Tell's channels and her Patreon. Also would highly recommend them as well. Thank you very, very much. Then, of course, we would have Dely. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. I'm a Goblin VTuber on Twitch.tv. You can find me there, as well as on my magic link. You can join my Discord and follow me on Twitter if you would like. I stream variety, and maybe, drumroll, maybe doing a re-debut at some point soon, because the ball is rolling for that. So yeah, if you, I think I'm most active on the Discord server, so please feel free to say hi either way.
Nice. I'm exciting with the potential re-debut.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very, very much, Dely. And I, dear viewers, was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, which is obviously a lot of fun. I also do another series set in the Warcraft universe with a different group of lovely people that you may check out. It's also a ton of fun, though I would say for slightly different reasons. They're much more murder happy than this group is, let's say, ironically. Other than that, thank you as usual, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. We'll possibly be back next week. I'll let you all know on Twitter and Blue Sky if there'll be an episode or not. We don't know yet. But either way, we will see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.